Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're repeating, welcome. I'm Taylor if you're new. So I shaved my hair from yesterday. I kind of like it, but also I have a really bad cold sore on the middle of my lip, and it is painful. So hopefully it goes away within a couple days, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna look stupid for the next little bit because of it. One thing is I finally got my mug in. Only thing I wish I could have thought of is put my logo on the side, but that's perfectly fine. For me, I typically hold my mugs either like this or like that, so either way, it really would have been covered up. So, you know what? Just like that's fine. I might change it later on, but we'll see. So, also, I have a little teacup. It used to be a candle holder. Yeah, I think it's nice. Give me 1 second. Forgot to turn my fan off. That's better. So that's most news, I guess you got. So today we're doing book review number 3, Percy Jackson. If I'm wrong about it being book review number 3, sorry about that. Pretty sure it is though. So we're doing the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. So, spoilers if you've never read them before. And so I'll do a quick review and then I'll rate them from my favorite to least favorite. So give me 1 second. So book number 1 starts off with Percy saying basically he didn't want to be a half-blood. Turns out he is. Blah 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 blah. So then we start off with him going on a field trip, and so after that he ends up finding out that he's a demigod. This is just going to be a brief summary. It's going to be quick for each book. If I get stuff wrong, I'm apologizing. But yeah, so I'm going to do this quickly. Hopefully I don't get anything wrong, but if I do, I apologize. So he goes on a field trip, finds out he's a demigod later on after killing his pre-algebra teacher. Pretty sure chapter 1 says what she is, but I forget off the top of my head. Yeah, pre-algebra teacher. And then finds out he's a demigod. He has to go to a camp, and so at this camp he is put into Hermes' cabin because he does not know who his father is. So with that being said, he then goes on a quest to the underworld to get his mother back. Again, sorry if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what he did. But before that, they were playing Capture the Flag. Basically, they run into Ares, and he drives them to Los Angeles. And then after that, he escapes from the underworld, finds out his father is, and returns the lightning bolt and Master Helm to Zeus and Hades, which were stolen from them. So those get returned, and basically Percy finds out one of his friends, Luke, is actually a traitor. And so that's about it. Book 2, Sea of Monsters. Percy is at another school, and so he has a friend who is believed to be homeless. Turns out later on that his friend is also his half-brother, who is also a Cyclops. And so basically, they have to go through what's known as a sea of monsters to find a cure for Thalia's tree, which is the Golden Fleece. Excuse me. So then the Golden Fleece is brought back to camp, and it actually did more than just heal a tree. It brought Thalia back to life. There was a moment where Percy and Annabeth got stuck at Cersei's island. Percy was turned into a guinea pig, and then with some vitamins Hermes gave him, he was then able to turn back into a human. I'll be honest with you, I actually like the movies, and they are majorly different. The reason I like them is it's what got me into the Percy Jackson books. But I like the movies. My huge thing is the fact that in the movie they say the goddess Cersei's. Like, Cersei was she was able to perform magic. She wasn't a goddess. So that's my huge thing. What was their idea? Did they even do the research? But yeah. So book 3, The Titan's Curse. You meet the Hunters of Artemis. I'm pretty sure it's book 3 is The Titan Curse. I don't want to be skipping the wrong book. Oops. Give me one second. Yes, book 3 is The Titan's Curse. So basically, in the beginning, Percy, Annabeth, Thalia, and go to this boarding school, military school, one of the two, to meet up with their friend Grover, who's a satyr. If you don't know what a satyr is, typically it's a man that is half goat. And so they went to the school to find Grover. Turns out there's 2 very powerful demigods at this school, and so they have to bring them. But then they run into a problem. There's a manticore there. I'm pretty sure it's a manticore. And so this manticore wants to bring these 2 demigods to Luke, who, again, is evil. But turns out he failed his job. I guess you can say failed his job. Couldn't get these 2, and so then the Hunters of Artemis are introduced. You meet Zoe Nightshade, Phoebe, and a few others. I wasn't a huge fan of Zoe. She kind of was just annoying throughout the book, in my mind, anyways. But then, basically, they go back camp. Athena got taken, or not Athena. Wow, Annabeth got taken, so she's missing for a good majority of the book. So then they go back to camp. Percy has a bad dream, so does Zoe Nightshade. Percy's bad dream, I'm pretty sure, involved Annabeth getting crushed by boulders or a ceiling. One of the 2. And then Zoe's had Artemis, who was currently chained up. And so then they had a game of Capture the Flag, and Thalia and Percy got into a fight. But then the Oracle of Delphi came down and basically gave a quest to Zoe Nightshade. 5 people can go. So with that happening, there was a bit of an argument, and so they settled everything afterwards. And then Percy had to go rescue the Ophiuchus, which was stuck in the bottom of the lake, which he was not aware of, like what the Ophiuchus was. He didn't know what it was, so he didn't know how dangerous it could be. And so then later on in the book, Bianca, who is a hunter of Artemis, but was also introduced in this book, she basically, they went to a dump, and so she found this figure that her younger brother Nico, who was also introduced in this book, wanted, and so she wasn't supposed to take anything. She did. She ends up dying. Again, spoilers. And so then the four that are left have to go, and so it turns out Atlas is free, and so the only way you can free someone holding up the universe is by offering to do so yourself. So basically, Luke willingly took it off of Atlas. Annabeth willingly took it from Luke. Artemis willingly took it from Athena, or I'm very sorry, from Annabeth. And then Percy took it from Artemis. So one thing most people forget, because I see cosplays on TikTok, is Percy and Annabeth both have a white streak in their hair because they held up the universe. So basically afterwards Atlas gets tricked into holding it, but also Zoe is killed by Atlas, her father. And then Poseidon promises to keep the Otheotaurus safe, even though the rest of the gods want it dead, because it can be used to kill the gods, basically. So then book 4 being... I forgot the title. Book 4 is... this one, The Battle of the Labyrinth. This one I don't remember that well, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna have to skip over the Battle of the Labyrinth because I don't remember it that well. Yeah, sorry. But then there's the final book, which is The Last Olympian. Basically, the group plans on going to protect New York. I want to say New York. Because that's where Olympus is currently. And so they decide to go and protect it. And so there's about 40 demigods there. And so then a huge battle takes place. And in the end, because I didn't really find much in that book, I'll be honest with you. I thought it was interesting, but it just was... You can't really review it, I'll be honest with you. Because realistically, all it is they go blow up a ship. Percy gets his way to Camp Half-Blood. They go to New York in strawberry trucks. They go defend Olympus. And then they win the battle. I think the huge thing is Percy was offered immortality, and he declined it. He told the gods they have to claim their children by the age of 13. So, and that's about it for that book. If I do have to rate them, I'd have to go 4, 3, 2, 5, 1 for my order. So my order would be so my order is The Battle of the Labyrinth, then it would be the Titans curse. Then Sea of Monsters, the Last Olympian, Lightning Thief. That would be my order. Again, this wasn't a really good book review, but I mean, it's me trying. But yeah, that would be my order of the whole thing. As the last or the second last book, I completely forget. I listened to it yesterday too, and that's the other thing, is I listened to it and it's just out of my head right now. Again, The Last Olympian is not very, its timeline is very easy to explain, in my mind anyways. Again, I might have missed a few parts, but that's the huge thing. But yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for coming and watch. Please like and subscribe. Comment what you want to know next for a book review. I'll be thinking about it later this week. And Thursday you should be seeing me use this mug, and instead of those ones. I didn't have coffee this video. I just had some tea out of that right there. So, but yeah. So remember, stay calm, keep going, stay grounded. Have a good day. Bye.